Good morning, everybody. We'll begin today's session. So this is the first question. Which of the pieces given below can be joined together to form a complete cube? Which of these pieces which are here can come together to form a complete cube is what is asked. All right. So let's see how the cube comes together. Now here, if you observe, you have two very big pieces, A and D. And if you observe the form of this line which is given in A, it actually fits the profile of this thing which is happening here, okay? So based on that, if I start over connecting A and D together, I come to know that this is possible. This is one end of the curvature. This is another end of it, okay? This is how that cube ka overall profile happens. And then one profile, another profile happens here like this. So based on that, what I get to know is this face which is happening here is this. The corner which is there will come on this side, and the other corner which is there happens at the back, because this will jut out in this manner. Okay. So I come to know that, so this is that corner. So I come to know that A works, D works, but I still need this corner piece here. This corner piece, we get it from C. So correct answer is A, C, and D. All three are correct here. B is not possible to fit in here. Okay, we'll move to the next one. A cube of side 10 centimeter is merged with a pyramid of base 10 centimeter and height is 15 centimeter. Height of the pyramid is 15 centimeters. The centers of the base of both the objects are aligned. You have to identify the top view of the resultant figure that gets formed. So here the resultant figure that gets formed is, first we have the cube. Okay, this is the top view of the cube. Along the top view of the cube, we have to merge. Sorry, the orientation is wrong. Let me draw it again. It's angle. So it's at this angle. Okay. So let me draw that. Yeah, now it's correct. This is the cube that is given. Now on top of that cube, we have the pyramid that comes here. Okay. This is the pyramid that fits here. Now, because the pyramid is there, the ridges will come here. And then, of course, you will also have the tip of the pyramid coming out of the cube, which will come out like this. So this orientation, this alignment has to be there. Now, where does that happen? Okay, that is happening exactly how we see in figure B. So B is the right answer. In figure A, this is not aligned. This edge is not aligned with this edge. In figure C, this is an error. This line is an error. In figure D, this line is an error. Okay. We'll move to the next one. Following operation in the given order are performed on the figure below. You have to identify what will be the resultant figure after these operations are performed. Okay. So this is how the operation is performed. This is the reference figure. This gets transformed to this by rotating it 180 degree. From this 180 degree rotation, we are flipping along the horizontal axis here. So we get this figure. From this, we are again rotating it 180 degrees. So we get this figure. And then from this, we are flipping it along the vertical axis. Hence, we get this figure. So the correct answer is option A here. We'll move to the next one. Gear P is a driving gear and rotates clockwise. Which of the following statements is or are true? So P rotates clockwise and it moves like this. Which of these statements are true? Now, if P rotates clockwise, this has to move in this direction. If this moves in this direction, in that case, the gear Q, which is there, will rotate in this direction. If Q rotates in this direction, this has to go up. If this goes up, R has to rotate in this direction. If R rotates in this direction, S will rotate like this. And based on that, this goes down. And T will rotate sorry, this goes up based on that, sorry. 1 second, yeah, this goes up, and based on that, T rotates in this direction and U rotates here. This is how the rotation works. So this is anti-clockwise, this is clockwise, anti-clockwise, clockwise, and anti-clockwise. So option A says Q will rotate clockwise. Q does not rotate clockwise, is wrong. R and T both will rotate anti-clockwise. R and T are rotating in clockwise direction, that is also wrong. R will rotate clockwise, which is happening, and U will rotate anti-clockwise, which is also happening, so C is fine. And D says S will rotate anti-clockwise, which is true, and U will rotate clockwise, it's wrong. U is also rotating anti-clockwise, so D is also wrong. Correct answer is option C here. We'll move to the next one. The image in the box on the left hand side, this image shows open and closed position of a metal stand. The other two images shows the various joints that are there. If F denotes fixed joint and H denotes hinge joint, which of the option is correct? This is the open and this is a closed position. Fixed means you cannot move that, and hinge joint means the way the window moves, okay? It is movable, it's flexible. Now, based on the open and shut position, P is fixed, Q is hinged, R is fixed. So, based on that, B is all wrong. Now, with this, S is fixed and TUV, all of them will be hinged, okay? Why? Because that whole thing comes to this position down, which means all three are moving. Only then it's possible. And also its length reduces. So, correct answer will be option D here. Okay. We'll move to the next one. 3 holes have been drilled through a cube of size 5 by 5 by 5 units. From the option given, identify the form that can fill the hole. Which of these forms can fill the hole? All right. So here, if you look at the vertical edge, this will be formed by 3 cubes here. These 3 cubes will form the upper part, upper tier. So यहाँ पे 3 है, works. यहाँ पे भी 3 है. Here there are 4 cubes and here there are 4 cubes. So C is wrong and D is wrong. Between A and B, we'll look at the L position. This L position, ये वाला जो है, there will be 4 cubes that will be formed here, and in this part there will be, so if I put 1, 2 and 3 cubes which aligns with this, so it's a 4 by 3 L that is getting formed. Henceforth option B जिसमें ये 4 by 4 intersection हो रहा है और A में इसका 4 by 3 intersection हो रहा है, so B is wrong and A is the right answer here. We'll move to the next one. The image in the box given below shows a 3D object. Only one of the options shows the same object from a different view. You have to identify that. When you compare all the options here with the reference figure, this is a slightly bigger version of T, which is this one. So A is wrong. Further, when you compare B, C, and D together, you will find that this L that is getting formed here and this T that is getting formed here, they face inward. Both of them are facing inward, all right? Versus in the question figure, this faces outward, this faces inward. So, the option C that is given with that orientation is wrong. Now we'll move to the next one, option D. Between B and D, if you observe both the positions, basically what I'm saying is this has to look out, that's all. When you look at both the positions B and D, you will find that there is one particular thing which is happening here, inward and outward position. Both are looking inward versus in actual one is outward like we see in option B. So B is the right answer here. We'll move to the next one. You're given here 10 idioms with animals, bird, fish, insects, origins, which each of the 4 options contain 4 meanings, any 4 meanings, not in any order. You have to identify the option that contains 4 correct options from for any 4 of the idioms which are given. Okay. So these are all the definitions that are provided here. So in this case, option C is the one which is the right one, which suffices all. In option A, brave attempt nahi diya hai. Option B wala jo hai, too big is not there. And option D, cleanup is not there. Okay, we'll move to the next one. Choose the set of words that will correctly complete the following 5 sentences from the word sets given in the option. You're given here 4 different word sets. You have to identify which completes the correct option. Now, first one says he lays or lies the book on the table. Actually, it will be lays. So A or B are wrong. Next one is the same in C and D. I'm not sure if tortoise or tortoise. Uske baad wala, it says the nurse was able to stanch. Stanch aana chahiye. So we clearly know that option D is the one which is the right answer here. We'll move to the next one. Our natural dash to focus on the unusual, the dramatic, and the dash is strengthened dash by newspapers and other media by our interest, but our interest fades quickly. Now here, the option that fits correctly will be this. Our natural proclivity to focus on the unusual, the dramatic, and the new is strengthened immeasurably by newspapers and other media, but our interest wanes quickly as well. Okay, we'll move to the next one. Identify the option that bisects the given image into 2 identical shapes. Okay. So here, the way it bisects is this way. In which case, this line has to be longer compared to what we see here. So correct answer is option B. We'll move to the next one. How many of the alphabets using the font shown below when flipped on the horizontal axis can still be read as capital alphabets in the same font? Okay. These are all the alphabets that are given here. When you flip along the horizontal axis, they still read as the same font. So the correct answer is here, option 11. Sorry, total number of alphabets to be 11. Okay. Shown below in the figure is a layout of a chessboard with 1 knight and several pawns. Given that the king cannot land on any square that has a pawn but can jump over it, the pawns cannot move, and the knight moves on the chessboard as shown in the figure 2. What is the least number of steps required for the knight to reach the square X? We have to reach here. Okay. So these are the total number of positions. So here, the knight will first move from this position to here. Then from here to here, second position. From here to here, third, to fourth, to fifth, to sixth, to seventh, and finally the 8th position. It will reach the X mark. Okay, we'll move to the next one. Shown below is a fan with red colored pattern on it. When it rotates, the pattern makes circles. How many circles will be seen when the fan rotates? So these are all the circles that will be seen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then finally the 8th circle, which will be formed by this. Correct answer is 8. We'll move to the next one. Figure 1 has been constructed by overlapping some alphabets. Assuming that the alphabets may be rotated, how many alphabets from figure 2 cannot be overlapped to fit within the figure 1? Okay. Which of these are the alphabets? What I've highlighted here are the alphabets which fit in. So B, C, D, E, F, G, C wala jo part hai is a rotated version. G wala jo part hai is also a rotated version like this. H, L, P, A, B, C, D, F can be fit in as it is. K is not possible because K here forms a V versus here there's a weird spacing that is there. Henceforth, 9 alphabets are there. Total there are 26 alphabets. The number of alphabets that cannot be fitted in are 17. Okay. With this, guys, I will end today's session here. Thank you so much for your time.